All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so can someone post something down in the comment section so I know that you guys, I can see what you guys are writing. They got they got their dogs running up here. This is crazy. This is crazy. Can someone post a comment, please? All right, all right. We're waiting for some more people to join. All right. Can someone post a comment, please, so I can see? All right, test. Got it. STI driven. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. So, um, I got some channel updates for you guys. I got some good news, got some bad news, and then I got some news I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So first and foremost, I want to thank everyone for helping us break, I think, 56K today subscribers. So congratulations. Appreciate that. Thank you all so much for that. Um, so I don't know if you guys know the whole history of the channel. So the we got monetized May of 2021. And from May of 2021 to current, right now, we're almost at, I'm trying to see what the actual view is. We are at 17.9 million views. And I think we got monetized like the middle of May or something. I'm trying to see exactly when it was. April. Yeah, so around this time last year, let me see, I'm scanning through the numbers here. So what is today's date? The 27th? Yeah, almost like a year to date. We're almost at, yeah, we didn't get monetized until May, I think. So we're almost at 18 million views in a year. Like, I'm stoked. Like, that's so crazy. It's been a journey. It has been a freaking journey. And if you guys don't believe me, you can see that right there. 17 million views right there. You can see the analytics right there. Cool beans. So I want to thank you guys for that. Um, now, on so that was two positive notes, and that comes with a negative note. So the negative note is that I don't know what's going on with the analytics. I don't know what's going on with the channel, but it's like our views have been fluctuating like super hard lately. Like I'd say ever since like December, like our views plummeted. Our revenue plummeted. Like so a lot of the projects that I had scheduled for 2022 this year, it's like the money that was coming in is no longer coming in. So that money that was going to be used from, December to April and even beyond with the ad revenue and stuff, it's not coming in anymore. So part of the problem is, and this is full transparency, I used to have a full-time editor. Nicole was helping me out with YouTube with like scheduling stuff and and reviewing content and setting up projects and sending projects to the editor. I had a drone pilot. So I had a small team of people that were working with me. I can't even afford to pay any anymore. Like YouTube just isn't producing the money that it used to. And every single penny that has been generated from YouTube has been reinvested back into the company. So, we literally went from, you know, really good money back in like December to we're making right now as it stands maybe a tenth. What's up, Matty Ice? We're talking about all the channel updates and changes that are going to be coming. So the money that we were making, all that got reinvested back into the company. So I feel like that YouTube just isn't either A, they're not pushing our content anymore, or B, we're shadow banned for whatever reason. And so with that being said, I did this. I started the channel back in February of 2020. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that way you get all the video notifications, because regular subscriptions don't mean a thing on YouTube. I don't get it. But we started the channel back in February 2020. We didn't get monetized until like late April, early May of 2021. And I have already beyond surpassed what my expectations. Like at first I was just doing it just to show like, training techniques to just the stuff that we deal with, because we don't know what we're getting into until we get into it. So it's like, I hit record, and at first I didn't have an editor, and it wasn't until we started really generating money that I was able to afford an editor. And then, I was able to purchase myself a laptop so I can teach myself to edit. And that's what I've been doing. So, more than likely, the content that you guys have been seeing lately, over the last couple of months, have been all me editing, aside from either trucking or, I was waiting on contract in November to come through for me to start running a different contract, and it fell through. So I pretty much took off the entire winter, and I was editing almost every day to make sure that you guys had content to watch. And you know we on the channel, it's like we don't know anybody else that's doing what we do. We try to post a little bit of everything for someone, for everyone. Everything from food reviews to Nicole cooking in the kitchen to um, you know the drone footage to the nature shots. So basically, what we've been trying to do is like trying to be subtle about it, but basically we're trying to show you what truckers either experience or miss out on. And you think about it, it's like, yeah, we get to travel and see the world, but it's not really the preferred. It's not a vacation. It's we're in the truck all day, 14 hours a day, even longer than that for the over the road truckers, and they sleep inside their truck for weeks, months, years on end. So when we do the food reviews, we're trying to support local businesses and also show people, there are some really good places to eat out there, and we give our honest reviews about that. But then, also, with Nicole cooking, it was just like just trying out new things. And I was looking to hire more content creators for them to create more diverse content for you guys to enjoy on the channel, but the YouTube revenue just dropped off. So it's like, what's up, Jeffrey? So it's like we can't even afford to fund these projects, even the basic projects that I wanted to do myself this year, because I just the YouTube revenue just isn't there. So it's like I'm asking myself, well, what changed? Our subscriber count is still jumping, it's still going, but the amount of views that we're getting and the ad revenue that we're getting, just it's not there. So with that being said, it's going to be more work for me because I'm the only one doing it because I can't afford to pay people. Um, Thank you, James. I appreciate it, and thank you for sticking around. So let me just cut to the chase here. So I feel like here on the channel, I don't see anybody else doing what we do. We post content, 6 to 7 days a week consistently. Always bringing you guys different content. It's always something different and new every day. And I wanted to expand on that. I wanted to hire content creators. I wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to do everything to make sure that you guys always have something to watch here on this channel. I don't care about anywhere else on YouTube, but here on this channel where, our fans and the people who watch the show and the channel and always have something to watch, and that's why we do the nature shots. That's why we do the drone footage. That's why we do all these different segments. And I'm stretched out in so many different ways with all these different type of projects that we've been doing. And it's like all of that for what? It's like the money that we're making off of YouTube, like I can't even afford to pay myself for the amount of content that I'm pumping out on YouTube. Our ad revenue should be through the roof. No, not yet, JB Gaming. I am actually at a hotel for the night, out in upstate New York. So just the amount of money that YouTube is paying us, I can't do nothing with it. Just it's just not there. And our views have been fluctuating like drastically lately. I'd say, and I just to reiterate, but back in December, I noticed something funky going on with the numbers because with us, nothing has really changed. We still post consistently. That means we should have more eyes on the channel. In my opinion, YouTube should be promoting my channel more and getting more views on our channel because we're consistently uploading every day. Sometimes it's multiple times a day. And you know what? I guess it just doesn't matter. So, to cut to the chase, um, I've been doing some thinking. Now that Twitter is going to be a little bit more of a free platform, I'm thinking about setting up a Twitter page for the channel. It's not set in stone yet, um, but I'm gonna try to post full episodes on Twitter if they'll allow me to. Full episodes on Instagram, and it kind of sucks because I really wish I could afford an editor so that way every single video that I give to him, he could take a highlight clip from every single video and give it back to me so I can post it on TikTok, so I could post it on Instagram Reels. Um, let me see. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. Just a nobody. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing good. Let's see. I feel like a lot of people who were out of work during the pandemic watch your channel, so vicariously live through your work experience. Good idea to go through Twitter. But I'm talking about December of 2021. Not even We didn't get monetized until April to May of 2021. Yeah, April or May of 2021. So, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. But the the pandemic started in 2020, and we didn't get monetized until a whole year later. So, and then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna try to post full length episodes on Twitter, full length episodes on Instagram, but make no mistake, there'll be the same episodes here on YouTube. And with that being said, we need to hear on my side of things, we need to maybe take a break from YouTube and not post as much content on YouTube. So I am actually going to set up a Patreon where the dedicated fans and the hardcore fans of ours that absolutely love the channel can support us directly, and help fund further projects. Um, we if we're successful in that, where we can generate a steady monthly income, I plan on bringing more content to Patreon. So there's going to be episodes on Patreon that you guys aren't going to see on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, or anywhere else. What's up, Frank? um Yeah, no, we don't plan on stopping YouTube completely, but we're probably going to start moving half of our content over to Patreon, because the incentive is that it takes the power away from the people who are controlling the ad revenue, and it gives more power to the people to support us, in creating these projects. Because all the camera equipment I bought, the drone footage that I paid for, a lot of the money came out of the trucking company. And yes, we generated that back multiple fold, but the money that we generated just went into paying the full-time editor that we had, the animator, the voice actor, or actress that we had, amongst a bunch of other projects and things that we had going on. We, you guys see what we do here on the channel, and we're as transparent as we possibly can be. Yep. And you know, my thing is for the amount of content that we're putting out on YouTube. Now, I would be surprised to see, you know, if a quarter of our subscribers, you know, either donated or supported us on Patreon, and it would be a great blessing for sure. But I'm speaking like reality wise, I don't see it happening, because we're getting a fraction of the views we used to get. Um, because I remember at one point, I think it was like November. Maybe I could look it up really quick. Um, Let me see, December. Yeah, I remember at one point, I'm trying to remember when it was. I want to say it was like November or something. We were at like 2.4 million views. We were at like 2.4 million views for the month. For the month. And right now, I'm looking at it for the last 30 days. We had hit a spike earlier this month, and we were at like 1.4 million views, and then now we just dropped out the sky again, and now we're at 632,000. Like, the views are very inconsistent. Just make sure you don't say something that makes Patreon upset because they can ban you. Yeah, yep. Yeah, so the way we see it, or the way I see it, I should say, is that, Patreon gives our fans a chance to support us directly. I can't even tell you what I would even set the price point to, but just know that Patreon takes a cut of that money, and then, obviously you got to pay taxes and everything like that. But it's like, I'm thinking about moving like half of, and I'm probably not going to upload any content that's already on YouTube currently that you guys can see. But I'm thinking about moving, half a week's content over to Patreon, or at least a few days, a few days of content over to Patreon. I still got to work through everything and see what it's like, but, and then, give you guys, member perks and stuff like that, and access to like exclusive merch and interviews. And then on top of that, when, because we're creeping up on 100,000 subscribers, and we'll be there very, very soon. If the numbers keep jumping the way that they have been, which is what I don't understand, is like our subscribers are still jumping, but the views, I don't know, something's going on where it's very, very inconsistent. I thought, we regained some traction, thought we just got stuck in the mud a little bit, but no, it's up and down. Um, what's up, Australia Horsepower? Yeah, we could have different levels on Patreon, from what I saw, but I don't use Patreon, so I have to do more research. But yeah, so me expanding, if I can figure out a way to post full episodes on Twitter and Instagram, to help, expand the platforms that we're on, and then draw more attention to the Patreon, that will be ideal, because it's like I'm doing all this work and I'm not seeing any results, like, as of lately. And that's the God honest truth. As of lately, you know, I basically took off from the end of October to pretty much like the middle to end of March from trucking, and I've been focusing on creating content and editing content for you guys for your enjoyment on YouTube. And and then that's when I started the Nostalgic 90s channel, because then that freed up more time to create more content for you guys to enjoy. It's just another outlet for you guys and to be entertained by or truly enjoy, you know. Yeah, I've been up since 4:30 this morning. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. So, but everything that you guys, you know, any new content that you guys would see on any of our three YouTube channels, whether it be Safford Delivery, whether it be Woodshop Could Chop Wood, which is our second channel, and then the Nostalgic 90s, which is our third channel, I'm doing all that by myself. And the woodworking channel and the Nostalgic 90s channel, I don't make any money off of that. You know, I just do that to make sure that you guys have something to watch, and it's, you know, your favorite guy, me. And, you know, as if you already don't get enough of me 6 to 7 days a week, you know, here on the main channel, you guys can hop over to the other two channels and watch even more content. You know, and I made it very clear on the Woodshop Could Chop Wood channel, the woodworking channel. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I'm just, what are you doing, bro? Like, I'm trying to do a live here, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm about to subscribe to the other channel. Yeah, so if you go on the main page, check out, hit the channels tab, and then when you click on the channels tab, you'll see the other two channels on there. So, but yeah, so only for the Patreon fans, what I'm thinking about doing is when we hit the 100K, I want to do a fan meet and greet, and um, you know, and I guess I'll have to explore like the different levels and tiers and stuff like that on Patreon. But, you know, like I said, I want to do like exclusive access to exclusive merch. I want to do you know, maybe a monthly podcast or something like that. And I want to do it official. Like, I want to make sure that you guys are well informed with the trucking industry. You guys are well informed with what's going on with, you know, all of us and what we're doing, and just everything that has to do with the economy and how it affects trucking. And, you know, I also have been talking with some people about possibly writing a book about, you know, just the journey and the trials and tribulations of, you know, what I've been through in the last couple of years as being my own boss, like an owner operator. Um, yeah, that J.K. Rowling rant was nuts, freaking nuts. But yeah, check out the Nostalgic 90s channel if you guys like to laugh. If you guys, you know, if you guys want to go back in time, that's definitely a great channel to watch. You know, I'm a 90s baby. You know, you know, that's my heart and my soul is the 90s. You know. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys the news and the update. Sorry about the lives keep cutting off, and I don't know what the heck. And there's no way I'm going to connect to the hotel Wi-Fi with, you know, all the information and stuff I have on my phone and my laptop. No, thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, Julia, she's experienced it like firsthand. But I think what I want to do is I want to not only write a book, but I want to, how would you say it? I want to make it into an audio book once it's done, and make it available for you guys. I don't even know if I would even charge for the book, but I guess to fund the project, I guess I would have to. But if you guys knew all like everything that I've been through, like everything, like it's my life has been freaking crazy. What's up, Rich Theory? So like this journey, this trucking industry journey, it has not been an easy one, and I get it. It's if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, but when you look into it, it's not only trucking that I've been doing. You know, I'm a full-time truck driver. I am a full-time content creator. I'm a full-time editor. Uh, you know, I just have a lot of stuff on my plate and a lot of responsibility. And then, it doesn't make it easier for me that this YouTube, the money that I was counting on for YouTube is just no longer there for us. So, now it's starting to affect my business because it's like I'm not really making money off of it, so why keep doing it? But then, I thought about it. February of 2020 is when we started. We didn't get monetized until like the middle of April to May of 2021. So that's almost like a whole year and a half, year and 3 months or something like that, maybe 4 months, that I was doing it for free just for poops and giggles, Sorry to yawn on camera. I know that's contagious. But, and changing changing the way that changing the way I that I do things to make it more family friendly because I noticed quite a while ago that the younger audience really isn't allowed to watch my channel because of the way that I would normally talk. Because you guys know truckers are like pirates and sailors. They, you know, and I made it a point when I first started the channel that exactly what I felt and what I was going through, I wanted to verbalize it so that you guys understood the emotion, the just the raw, just the raw in me to come out for you guys to understand either the severity of the situation or whatever have you. But that's not really appropriate for YouTube. um let's see, you probably have some good crazy stories for the book. Yes, sir. People love drama, they are drawn to it. Yep, first live I have ever been able to catch. Well, welcome. Rich Theory. Every now and then I do a free shirt giveaway or a hat giveaway, and I would love to continue to do that. Because the way I see it, it's like you guys are what make it worth it for me. Even though the money isn't there right now, and it hasn't been for months, I haven't given up. Like I've been cranking out content, and you guys see that. And it's like the diversity of content that I provide for you guys, at for free on YouTube. Just imagine if all of the fans were able to support us directly so that I can go ahead and hire more content creators to make sure that you guys always have something to watch, something new, something different, something out of the box. I don't want to bring politics into it. I just want it to be a family friendly channel for everyone of all ages to watch and enjoy. And like this, where I'm at, like where I'm at right now, I'm by the mountains. If it weren't so windy, I'd be out getting drone footage for you guys right now. But I'm not going to risk a $1,400 drone for some 30 mile per hour winds. No, thank you. Uh, does the Safford channel have to be as kid friendly as they say the 90s channel? So, to answer your question, the reason, and it's kind of like I shot myself in the foot, right? So the way I see it, I have, I think, 2 episodes on this channel, because there's something that I firmly believe in, and it's a slogan I came up with, and it's called "Dare to Dream, Dream to Inspire." And basically, broken down, what that means is, children are the future. Whether we like it or not, they are the future. So if we don't start doing something now, today, a minute ago, an hour ago, you know, children are going to be our bosses one day. They're going to be in charge of the world. And if we don't start making it so that children understand in children understand what's actually happening in real life versus what the media portrays as to what to pay attention to, like, not to crap on the show because I don't know anything about it, but maybe the Kardashian show, or the cancel culture, whatever the case may be. That's not real life. Real life is here and now, and if we don't start teaching the children to we don't start daring them to dream to be something more than just a homebody who's afraid to go outside, who is afraid to go outside and get dirty, who's not going to skin their knee, or, like, a quick story. I went with my brother and my nephews and to the skate park, and my youngest nephew at the time, this was like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, he fell off of his kick scooter and broke his arm. I was so excited. And I was like, you cannot experience this in Fortnite. You can't experience this in Call of Duty. This is getting out and getting after it and living. Because when you grow old, you're not going to have these stories to tell. And that's part of the problem. It's like these kids, they're so sensitive. They're so, in a way, they're sensitive, but they're desensitized. So it just doesn't make any sense. It's like you could show a kid a scary movie, and they're just like, it's all right. Like, I see blood and gore on video games. Like, oh, back when I was a kid, you know, there were simple horror movies would scare the crap out of me. But Dare to Dream, Dream to Inspire. Like, if I can't get children to watch this channel and watch this show to see what it is to be a trucker, to inspire them to get out and be something of themselves, to carry on, the workforce, then, I'm not doing what I need to be doing. Like, I'm not doing all that I could do. But if I can inspire one kid to go out there and become either a truck driver, delivery person, because the reason why I got into trucking is, and I've said this numerous times, and I wouldn't even know the video to even direct you guys to. But if you think about it, anything material that you own, whether it's the bed, the shirt that's on your back, the shoes that are on your feet, uh, the cereal on top of your fridge, your refrigerator, your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your shampoo, whether it's raw material or finished product, one way, shape, or form, that was moved by an 18-wheeler. So there's always going to be a demand for it. And everyone thinks, oh, like, and this, I can't say for sure, but I think it'll be a while before these Tesla trucks take over, uh, or automated trucks take over with everything that's going on in the world. I think it'll be a while, but you know, there's specialty truck driving jobs that I would love to see an autonomous vehicle do or a robot do. There's no way. There's no way. At least I don't think not in my lifetime anyway. But that's the point. It's it's so that when children watch the show or just so happen to stumble across it and then I drop an F bomb and their parent is like, "Oh no, you need to turn that off. What channel is that or what show is that? No, you're not allowed to watch that show." See, I don't want that because I want to make sure that every single person on this channel that watches us, that's fans of ours, whether they're subscribed or not, and they just keep coming back because they can't get enough. I want to make sure that it's family friendly, it's informational, it's good quality content, and if you think about it, like all this content that I've been providing to the YouTube community for free came like out of my head to produce that for you guys. Imagine if I had direct funding from the people who actually, who actually support us and would support us, directly, so that we wouldn't have to rely on views and someone to watch a 27-second ad for us to get paid. And I noticed that every time I talk about people supporting us and Patreon and stuff like that, people leave the chat. It is what it is. It's not for everyone. I understand everyone's on a tight budget. I get that. I get that. So I can't be upset. Let me see. Wow, I missed a lot of comments. It didn't even notify me. All right, give me 1 second to get through these. Can you expand doing shorts? I think so, but part of the problem with why I never really took on to let me see. Sorry. So TikTok, Instagram, I don't even know what it's called, the Instagram Shorts or whatever it is, and YouTube are all based off of the same thing. It's the swiping. It's just you being able to just at the swipe of your finger just do and see new content. So I don't really see that as people subscribing. Um Yeah, so Rich Theory says YouTube needs to realize that adults speak differently than 6-year-olds. Yes, but I also want to appeal. I want this channel to appeal as suggested or recommended content for children as young as they come, because that's really children are the future, and I want to inspire them to do something. Uh, Richard said, "My dad used to be a truck driver. He hauled cars for a living. That's what's up." But they are worried about cat videos and politicals. Yep. Start doing OnlyFans. James said, "Laughing face. That's a good, wholesome perspective towards the kids. I'm sure some 3-year-old might be my yeah. Our bosses will more than likely be robots. There's a movie named Piranha that scared me. Yes. Yep. When I was a kid back in the 80s and 90s, we were riding our bikes without helmets and drinking water out of the hose. For sure. Yep. That was that that was the time. You skinned your knee, and how you knew that your friend was home is if their bicycle was outside or their kick scooter was outside. We didn't have cell phones. You would call them on their house phone, and then you have the phone line attached to the phone, and you like, yeah. So what you doing? Oh, you just like looking at like teen magazine, like, and you want to go to the mall later? Yeah, like right after school. All right, I'll see you there. Oh, you want to meet at KB Toys? All right, I'll meet you right there. No problem. You want to go get Panda Express? Ma, I need money for Panda Express. Like, those were the days. Those were the days, you know? Um, that truck movie by Stephen King was my favorite. I don't think I've seen it. I never knew anyone who rode a bike with the helmet growing up. Yeah, if you did in my neighborhood, you were a nerd. Which there's nothing wrong with nerds, but back in the day, that's what you were. That's what you were called. I like the movie Smoking the Bandit. Robots are gonna have driver discretion and know when to do curbside deliveries. Yep. I used to work with a company here locally. It's pretty fun. Granted, I was the pallet jack grunt moving cranberries in the trailer and making sure the load was balanced. Yeah, you produce a lot. A lot. Yes, I have. I don't skip ads more than 3 minutes, knowing the creator gets a higher revenue. YouTube Short even do YouTube Shorts even give money? So YouTube Short does what's called a creator fund, where YouTube has put up I think $100 million or something like that and like every month they have like a random drawing that you are eligible to win. I don't even know how much it is, um, based on like how much you've made an impact. I think it was. So I like listened. I like listened in on a seminar or something like that. But I'm like, you know what? I think if your YouTube video shorts are hitting numbers and hitting views, you should be making money like TikTok. You know, I used to live in Rhode Island, go skiing in Connecticut, lovely country back out there. We moved to Washington State in 1991, right after Hurricane Bob. Add more keywords for your search in your descriptions. Most of the channels that make money are giving stuff away, making their bulk. Just trucking is a prime example. What's good, big homie? What's up, Mr. Schmitty23? Let me go get some water, guys. Yesterday, the water tasted like poison. Today, it tastes okay. So, I mean, just to show you guys, I mean, my entire this entire laptop right here is dedicated to editing. I have two different editing programs on here. I got this one, and I have Adobe. I've been learning to, to edit and do like 360 content and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm always trying to push the envelope, even when others say that the envelope can't be pushed. And part of the issue that I ran into was that the people who didn't see the vision, even when they got paid to see it. What's up, Chucky Chuck? People who never saw the vision, even though they got paid to see it. It's just like, bro, like if you're not on board, you're probably never gonna get it. Like, and people don't see what I still see possible, but just not without outside funding from viewers like you guys to keep it going. Because I'm still editing multiple times a week to make sure that you guys have content 6 to 7 days a week. Like last week I couldn't do a Friday's Feast episode, because I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but it's not that easy finding tractor trailer parking in a neighborhood. you know um Even at some gas stations our trucks don't fit. So what's up, Crankman? Yeah, James, we just hit 56K today, and that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense because our subscribers are going up, but our views go up and then they drop, then they go stagnant. But it's like, and I said it at the beginning of this live, you might have missed it, but we're at 17.9 million views in about a year's time. So from the time we got monetized, which was like, from what I can see, like May, I think it was. But we, from February of 2020 to April, May of 2021, the channel made no money and wasn't monetized at all. It wasn't until after that our Karen video went viral, and I didn't know, what the potential was to make money on YouTube. Like, I was just doing it just to show people what it is that we went through, and just to keep a record of, what it is that we did, and, what I was going through and what I was feeling. It was like a vlog, and it still is, but in a way that, you know, because of YouTube, I have connected with so many people. I've met, a lot of great people, and other companies, they respect us more because we have a YouTube channel. There's, and that's the thing too, is comes great power, comes great responsibility, because, in a way, I'm kind of like a public figure now. And, I have a responsibility to, I have a responsibility to do something great with what I have. And I don't plan on giving that up. So YouTube does pay us, but what I mentioned, and you might have missed it for anyone that just joined this live, the amount of YouTube revenue that has been generated, the amount of YouTube revenue that has been generated is no longer being generated. So even though I'm still pumping out daily content for you guys and just something different every single day, it's like it's not being recognized. Like, YouTube just isn't putting it out. I don't know any other channel out there besides, a few others that aren't in the trucking industry that are doing what we do. And that, because I wanted to bring you guys, I've been getting complaints that I don't show enough of my Subaru. And, I've been getting, thank you, Tom. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the fans. I want to bring you guys a diversity of content, and, YouTube just isn't, it's not panning out like it used to. Now, granted, there might be ups and downs, but the way I see it, it's like, if if I owned a convenience store, oh, I would have went out of business a while ago. I'll just put it to you like that. Just the amount of money that was coming in, that I have already reinvested back into the company, thinking that the money was going to come back in again. That no longer has happened. So the thing is, YouTube of today is not the same company as it was 10 years ago. Some people claim posting daily hurts the channel growth. I don't see, that's the thing. I don't think we have a problem with growth. I think that I don't know if people just are tired of the content. I don't know. Like, I would think that, I don't want to tell you, I don't want to tell you guys, I don't want to tell you guys every single vision that I have for the channel. But there will be a day that it may come down to it where I explain in full detail the immense plans that I have for this channel. But if if I'm still cranking out content, I don't understand why YouTube wouldn't want to promote that. Yeah. James, I will. I still have more videos that I want to do for you guys, but it's like on YouTube, I'm just kind of discouraged now. So it's like I can't I can't be creative and put my creativity down. Like basically, I'm only one person. Like I need help to create the content and to get it edited and to set up shots and stuff like that. Thus far, I've been doing 99% of that solo by myself, and it's not easy. It really isn't. For people that just sit home and do reaction videos, that's a little bit different. I'm not saying that that doesn't have its own challenges, but almost every single episode is original content. Every single episode. Yeah. Um, Thank you, Thalise Howard. Post less with longer content. See, and that's part of the problem too, because then I deal with viewer retention, as someone else mentioned, because it's not every single episode something happens. Not every single episode do I feel like you guys can learn from it. And if there is anything that's mildly entertaining, informational, educational, um, you know, there are days where just nothing happens, and then there are days where like it's kind of like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and then stuck your feet in your slippers, and then some kid put jello in them and thumbtacks, and you just got to deal with it and keep walking. um what's up, Rochelle? Welcome to the live. Try a upload schedule throughout the week with longer videos. Daily may cause saturation, plus you can link content together. So if anyone who's just joining the live, basically the ultimate plan is I am going to cut back on uploading from 6 to 7 days a week on here on the channel, because it just doesn't pan out anymore. And the same days that I upload on YouTube, I'm going to try to expand on Twitter and on, that's still a little bit of a iffy one for me. And then Instagram, and then I'm going to set up a Patreon, um, so that way I don't have to rely on ad revenue to fund the projects. Yep. So I have to, I have a family to support, and I have people to pay, and I wish to continue creating content because it is not only fun, but it lets me it lets me put my creativity into the world, and it lets me genuinely interact with you guys, and you guys get to see all of the gears turning in my head when I put the content out into the world, so that you guys can see it and enjoy it. Like, everything, like I said, I said it earlier, I want to end up writing a book. I want to narrate the book, turn it into an audio book. I still have more plans for merch. And that's another thing. Someone else mentioned that a lot of these channels make a killing off of merch. Not my merch. My merch, because I get it made in such small batches, that I barely break even on it. And I'm okay with that. As long as I'm not losing money on it, I don't really care. Like, for instance, a shirt like this, uh, it costs, I don't even know how much it costs. Because this one isn't the official shirt of like where I would normally get it made. But the last batch of shirts I bought, I don't even remember how many I bought. It was, I think I paid over $1,000, and I don't even think I've recouped that back yet. All right, go enjoy that turkey meatloaf. So yes, this shirt was made with all vinyl. When I get the official shirts made, they are screen printed. All of this would be screen printed, and only this would be holographic vinyl. So, I choose material that will last longer and survive better, um, for you know everyday attire. Aside from with like the holographic vinyl, it's very very sensitive. So we always recommend hand washing any of our shirts that have holographic vinyl on it, and never dry them in a dryer. Always hang dry. That way, you preserve the life of the holographic vinyl, because it is like a foil. It is prone to crinkling. It is prone to damage, and it's a heat press vinyl. So when you apply heat to it, um, when you apply heat to it, like in a dryer, it will make the adhesive come off, leaving you with just some guy opening a shirt, and then you can draw something in this area. But thank you, I appreciate it. I was gonna say, where's my phone? But you guys are watching me on the phone. But yeah, so like I have more ideas for merch. This is our newest merch idea, and the plan was to get at least a minimum of 24 people or 24 shirts to be ordered for a minimum batch, because I have to get shirts made in batches. Because if I do the onesie twosies, it's not going to be worth it for my guy to set up a whole screen print just for one or two shirts. It's just not. And someone purchased the shirt, and I actually refunded them the money for the shirt, because I think today for one shirt we paid $10 shipping, just for one shirt to get shipped. So, on top of that, with the amount of time that we spend going to the post office, the amount of time that we spend going to get the shirts made, to like paying people to design it. Like, I had to pay for this design right here, and then for someone else to put it all together and then make it, and I had a few of these made by another person, who specializes in vinyl, to make sure that you guys can see what the finished product would look like and see what you're paying for, and same thing with the hats. I had to get these made in a batch order in order for me to get a discount to break even, basically. So, but if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments right now, because it is getting late. I was planning on doing some editing, but I am not going to have time right now. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. I truly love you guys. And, um, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but about a week and a half ago, I ran into a fan up in Vermont, and you guys will probably hear about this on an upcoming video, or the video I've already posted. It might have been on the one today, but I ran into a fan at a gas station who recognized me, um, up in Vermont. I'm not even from Vermont. I think that was probably like my first or second time to Vermont. and he noticed me because of the Diamond S holographic that's on the door of the truck that matches the same S here, that matches the same S there, matches the same S on my business card. You know, it's all branding. It's for you guys to know who we are and what we do. You know, I don't think I have any. You know, I got business cards over there, and I already unplugged this light, but. I have no idea, Justin Nobody. Thanks, James. I appreciate it. So yeah, so and then just to move the merch, um yeah, was hey Rochelle, was that on the video for today? I actually forgot. Um but yeah, he recognized me at a gas station, so shout out to that guy. Um and you know what's so funny is like sometimes when I go to Penske locations, they know who I am just based off of my voice. And when they see the company name on the side of the truck and they see the Diamond S with the holographic shining, they know who I am. And they know that, you know, we are social media influencers and that and what we do, you know. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment section right now. Because I do got to go take a shower. It is getting late. I got to be up at 4, maybe 4:30. So out of curiosity, um, you know, how many people still on this live would be interested in supporting us on Patreon? Because in that way, you guys, gotcha. Okay. And you know what? I appreciate you guys being honest. I appreciate you guys being honest. And that's why I don't want to completely remove our presence from YouTube, because how we started making money was from YouTube, and it wouldn't be fair to the fans. But I think it's only fair that we move some of our content to um, to a paid platform where you guys can support us directly. You know. Yeah, I don't know. I have to check it out, and obviously to start off, obviously to start off, we have to, I have to sit down and really assess how much of my time am I putting into the creating, the editing, the filming, and all the different aspects of everything I do by myself. You as well, James. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I have to assess what, like, my time that goes into it. And oh man, I'm just waiting, so it feels like bad news. No, actually, we started the live with some really really good news. We just hit, oh man, I forgot how much it was already, like 56,000 subscribers today. So we're up on that, and then we're at 17.9 million views for the lifetime of our channel. Yep, and then we were talking about how Patreon, how YouTube just isn't, like, there's just something weird and wonky going on with the YouTube algorithm and the analytics right now, and it has been for like the last couple of months. That, right after like December into January, our YouTube revenue dropped. So all of the money that I have I reinvested back into the channel that we made to, pay the editors, to pay the animators, to pay the voice actress, to pay the drone pilot, to pay for additional camera equipment, to fund other projects and do other things and provide content for you guys. It's not coming back. It's like YouTube, the revenue just dropped off, and thank you, Rochelle. So yeah, we're at 56K and almost 18 million views in a year. So, I am blown away beyond belief. Like I would have never thought, like 18 million views, and that's a lot for a channel for its first year. I'd say, but what do I know? Like, but 18 million views, and I'm not some hot chick with green eyes. Like, whatever, right? It's like, 18 million views for Frank on his first year. That's not too shabby. So, I mean, and then on Patreon, you guys will be able to see what my real hair looks like, because this is a wig. But the, I was talking about expanding platforms now that Twitter has been bought out. Thinking about expanding to Twitter, trying to do full length uploads on. I'm going to try to do full length uploads on Twitter, Instagram, and then we are going to try to expand onto Patreon so that way our fans, our dedicated fans, our dedicated, you know, the dedicated people to this channel have an opportunity to fund us directly instead of just watching it for free on YouTube. So that way we can continue to bring content and new and different content for you guys to enjoy. And then, obviously with that will come like exclusive merch. I want to do more behind the scenes stuff. I also would like to hire someone to help me with filming and content creating and stuff like that. And that was all in the plans for this year. But ever since the YouTube revenue dropped off, I don't have the funding for it. Like all of the money. What's up, Mr. Foster? Yeah, Just a Nobody is like none of this stuff is scripted. Like when I go out and record like Friday's Feast, whenever I go out and I record a delivery video, like nothing is scripted. Like there was a time where people thought that the channel featured nothing but scripted stuff and that it was going to become like a new TLC show. I was like, absolutely not. None of this is scripted. And that's after seeing that comment, I actually started changing up the way that I recorded so that I started recording prior to my arrival on site, and you can watch the video from beginning to end and you could see the initial customer interaction. Like for instance, there was a video we did where I was singing the Britney Spears song, where it's like you can see that I just showed up on site. I hopped out, customer approached me. She asked me to get the material as close as I could to the garage. And then I asked her if it was okay if I recorded it on her property. She said yes, not a problem. And then, whatever happened, happened. Um, yeah, some people, they still find it hard to believe. They think that, whatever I do is scripted or it's fake or whatever the case, man. I'm like, just save me the grief. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys another 5 minutes. Ask all the questions you guys want. Like I said, I thought I was gonna get some editing done today, but I am wiped. It's been a day. I'm gonna shut this down. shut it down. Leave it open. So you guys can see the, the holographic effect. The brighter the light, the more the effect is. Um, I guess they thought the snow rescue was a scripted video. Snow rescue? Snow rescue. Oh, when I helped the guy out when I was in my Subaru. Yeah, funny story. My Subaru actually got stuck that night. That was nuts. Yeah. Where you was driving around and seeing that guy. So I was pulling up to a gas station about 45 minutes south of Burlington, Vermont, and just trying to turn off my mobile hotspot. There you go. Yeah, so I was about 45 minutes south of Burlington, Vermont. I had already stopped off for fuel earlier that morning, and the pump stopped at like, I don't know, 125 bucks or something stupid. And then I remember Nicole yelling at me. She was like, "Why would you only get $125 worth of fuel? You're gonna miss your appointment." And I was like, "Well, I already had half a tank, and I think I was delivering rebar to Vermont. I don't remember what town I was delivering. Oh, I was delivering to Burlington, but the gas station I was at, I don't remember what town that was in." And she was like yelling at me, like, "Why would you only get $125 worth of fuel?" And I was like, Dude, I don't know. The freaking pump stopped, and I already had half a tank, so I'm like, the extra 125 bucks can't hurt. And by the time I drove all the way up to Vermont, as heavy as I was, my fuel light was about to come on, and when you have so much weight on your truck, there's only so much fuel you can carry legally. So I think either way I was going to have to stop off for fuel, which sucked. And the place, they stopped receiving at 3, and I got there at like 3:10, but they stayed a little bit later to offload me because they knew I was on the way, and Nicole was updating them every hour or whatever. And I'm like, sometimes, I can only do what I can do, dude. Like, that's it. And, I have no control over that I needed fuel, after running that many miles, because legally I can only carry so much fuel without being overweight on the truck. We can only carry 80,000 pounds. Let's see. Everybody I watch says the same thing about YouTube anyway. And what's that, Paul? To answer your question, what's for dinner? I stopped off. There was a little Chinese food buffet out here. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so from what I hear, so my buddy who's been driving a little bit longer than I have, um, he says a gallon of diesel is about 7 pounds, and I think one of my tanks hold probably like 80 gallons, and maybe the other one's like, I don't know, 50 or 60 gallons. And then you multiply that by 7, that's a lot of weight, plus the weight of and everything counts. So even the weight of the driver counts against your 80,000. But I was lucky enough that I pulled into a lumber yard where they weigh you empty on the way in, and this was up in New Hampshire. They weigh you empty on the way in, and then they weigh you on the way out. And I was just above half tank, and I was at, I think I was at about 29,000. But that was with, I think, a heavier trailer. Now I have an aluminum trailer, and it's a little bit lighter. So, just to be on the safe side, I say I'm at 29,000 pounds at half tank. So that means I can carry, you know, I can carry up to, 49,000, because you want to be under, definitely. I could carry up to 49,000 with a half a tank of fuel. So yeah, everything counts. Everything that's loaded on the rig, when you pull onto the scale, every pound counts. Uh, been watching. I don't know what OLF is. He's been at 147,000 subs for 2 years. That's crazy. Yeah. But even I would have never thought that people would. I would have never thought that people would have found my content as interesting as it is, and that's what inspired me to go ahead and create more content for you guys to enjoy, to really understand what us truckers either have to deal with or what we're missing out on. Because in some way, shape, or form, the content that we provide is just that. The drone footage that we provide, the nature shots, it's all about, you know people getting to experience the world, but through our eyes, and from the safety of their own home, but they still get to experience it. And I wanted to bring it to a whole new level. Like, I wanted to do more, and I was going to need more powerful computers. I was going to need a lot more storage. I was going to need new camera equipment, new drones. I was going to need new drone pilots. You know, I was, everything from the latest camera technology to editing software, and people that are just willing to push the envelope. But YouTube revenue just took a nosedive. So all those plans, all that stuff, it got put on hold. I wouldn't say indefinitely, but at least for now, unless we can get, unless we could get a good amount of Patreon supporters on a monthly basis to directly fund us on Patreon, and you know help support these projects. Which, by the way, any projects that would be further, like any projects that Patreon supporters contribute to, would be Patreon exclusive. Like, the rest of the world doesn't get to see that. Let's see. What's up, BFB? Big fan. Watch your stuff all the time. Thank you so much for that. Someone told me that they had a leeway of 500 pounds. That is not true. I had one DOT at a chicken house gate for being over 600 pounds. I told him I can fix that by turning the valve on my water tank. There you go. I mean, but that's almost like expendable weight, though. I was carrying a 500-gallon water tank. He made me dump the water, so I didn't get a ticket. Okay. What's up, Mike? What's up, Scott? What's going on? Thank you, John. I appreciate that. One Lonely Farmer out of Jersey. He's a farmer. He's been on YouTube since the beginning. Yeah, so I mean, I get it so that in a way, you meet your threshold at some point. At some point, you just stop appealing to people on a certain platform, which I understand. I get, like, once you're at your pinnacle, that's it. Like, it's like the Kardashians are only gonna appeal to so many young girls, but I don't see many Amish people watching them. Like, imagine if the Amish community started watching them. That'd be a lot more. Brantford. Why does that sound? Where is Brantford next to? Brantford. If memory serves me correctly, Brantford is down by New Haven. New Haven, right? Yep. I actually did a lumber delivery out in Brantford. I don't even know if I ever posted that video. I think I did. There was a video with some guy had a machine that drove sideways and he offloaded some. What did I have on my truck? I think I had 48-foot LVLs. Yep. And that was down in Brantford. Some 48-foot LVLs from I don't remember where I picked it up from. See, it's like I try to block out the things that aren't going to matter in 5 minutes because I got so much other stuff to worry about and to do. It's like right now it's just crunch time, it's game time. Like I should have been editing, but I feel like I had to share this stuff and this news with you guys. I don't know when everything is going to be online because it's just I am already in over my head with what I have going on right now. So imagine adding, daily content to YouTube, daily content, or at least daily, trying to be consistent with YouTube and Twitter uploads, and then figuring out Patreon and what I'm going to do with Patreon because I'm not sure how much content I'm going to put out on Patreon, but and then the levels and stuff like that yet. But when I figure it out, you guys will know. I'll do another video on it. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions, idea for you with the Patreon is the more they pay, give them some merch. So you know what I was thinking? Well, I want to make it so that Patreon you get exclusive access to merch, um, and it would be like a certain amount of time. So if you've been a Patreon member, I don't know how the tiers are going to work. If I'm even going to do tiers, it might just be one flat rate. Um, with a certain number of month subscription, you know, we'll mail you merch of your choice, whatever. No, I can see it. Just sometimes the comments they go away, and then it doesn't alert me that you guys comment. So you can cut the wait, what? The dude, you can cut the drone down, save that money. What? What? I don't get it. I can see you typing, Larry. You can cut the drone down. I don't get it. I don't understand what that means. Thank you. So, fun fact for you guys, drone footage, I make no money on at all. Like, even when I pay my drone pilot to go out there and get footage, I lose a crap ton of money. And I do it just so that you guys have content to watch. So, anytime I'm out there getting drone footage, anytime that the drone pilots out there getting drone footage, I make no money on that at all. Friday's feast, I don't really make any money on that. The only videos that remotely make any money are the delivery videos. Let's see. I thought the drone was going under when he came under the bridge. Which video was that? Yeah, write down what video that was that you're talking about. Just came across my phone today. 2 minutes. What could that have been? Day Pond? That might have been Day Pond. But yeah, I've been looking. Like I've been trying to. Like I said, I've been trying to get other content creators to work with us and stuff like that, and other drone pilots, but just the YouTube funding just isn't there. So, what I want to do is, if I can gain enough momentum and supporters on Patreon, with the help of all of our fans, and it stays consistent on a monthly basis, I would love, 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 love to continue to explore and create more awesome content with more diversity. But it's like I'm doing all this by myself. Like right now, like all of that recent drone footage, um one where the drone was flying up like a little creek, and then it went underneath like a tiny little bridge, and then it launched up, and then you saw like a huge river or lake. I don't really watch many trucking videos at all, because I don't want to get inspiration from other truckers. Yeah, so that drone footage where the drone flew up the creek. What's up, Cash? The drone footage where the drone flew up the creek. Um, that one was actually me. Actually me. And if you don't believe me, I have my drone right over there. See, I like to send, not that I like to, but I feel like I have to, because just the ordinary does not cut it for me. Like, I've been told that my aspirations and my expectations expectations are too high. Cash, you missed the whole live, man. I was just about to get off, bro. So just to recap one more time, because I actually like Cash. Matthew is cool. Oh my god, I would love to add. Come on, bro. Come on. You already know I got enough for both of us, bro. Come on. Matthew. Matthew is cool. No, he's not. Alright. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like, I've been told that, I dream too big for the average person. Matthew's cool, my guy. Um yeah, I appreciate that. So Cash, we're just talking about making some changes to the channel and switching over to some different platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Patreon specifically, so that way I can bring more diverse content to you guys, and the dedicated fans of this channel and viewers of this channel can support us directly. Because YouTube's ad revenue has not been panning out as of lately, and everyone that has been working with me or for me and the company, I can no longer, I haven't been able to afford to pay anyone, and I've been running the show solo, and I'm not even making any money at all. All right, Paul, be good, be safe. So it's not official yet when I'm going to launch the Patreon, but I'm going to make sure I have at least a couple episodes up for you guys to watch. And I'm not sure how many episodes I'll be able to get done a month, but whatever's uploaded to Patreon will be Patreon exclusive content and will not be uploaded to YouTube. Will not be uploaded to YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or other social media platforms. So I'm thinking more behind the scenes. I want to fund a podcast. I don't know how often I'm going to do that. And it's hard because I'm just one man, and like all of the help that I did have, I no longer have. So, but it's been this way for a while, at least for the last couple months, and even before I had hired help, I was doing it all solo. So, you know, any and all help and any and all, uh, funds given to us via Patreon would, not only be greatly appreciated, but, if I was doing this for free and you guys were, watching this stuff for free, and I was this creative and this innovative, then imagine what I would do if we got funding, adequate funding and enough funding from our fans and people that would like to see more of our content. Um, I, just the possibilities are endless. Like every segment that we've done on the show thus far has came from my mind, and the amount of creative other creative projects that I want to do on the channel have been put on the back burner because I just don't have the funding for it. Like, not only am I not making enough money for my time now, because now I'm invested. I have I have an editing laptop. I have, all my equipment is paid for in full thanks to, YouTube and the ad revenue and from viewers like you guys. But, the money that I've invested and reinvested, the money that I've made from YouTube thus far and that I've invested back into, funding all of this, because originally I started off with a GoPro Hero 8, and now I have, you know, I have a drone. I have two work laptops, numerous other cameras, a crap ton of storage devices that I'm gonna need to expand and maybe get a custom built PC for the new content that I want to bring to you guys, and to pay content creators to create the content that I don't have the time to create. And based on what I want to do and I know that I can do, if I had the time and I had the money and the resources, I could be bringing so much more to the table. It's not even funny. Like, really, really. So, and everything in a way would be everything in a way would be somehow related to the trucking industry, whether it has to do with food, whether it has to do with podcasts where we talk about what we've been going through, and just the everyday life and everything from the beautiful views that we get to see but we don't really get to experience, and it just there's so many things. I don't want to really put everything out there. you know I want you guys to be able to experience it, and grow and live and learn with us. So I just can't do it by myself anymore. Like, I can't. Like, I'm full disclosure. I'm trying to support my family, and it's just not panning out. So the amount of money that I'm making off of YouTube just just isn't panning out. It doesn't. All the hired help that I did have, I no longer have. So I have to resort to coming on here and telling you guys that I'm going to be cutting down the amount of content. All right, Rochelle, have a good day. Um, no, so Pima, she still runs my second trucking company, but some changes are going to be coming very soon for that. And YouTube just she was helping me out on YouTube, and I was paying her from the YouTube funds that I was getting. But after a couple months ago, the YouTube revenue dropped off and it hasn't recovered, and we can't figure out why, because we're still cranking out content like ain't nobody's business. And I'm like, you know what? If YouTube isn't going to pay us for the content, we gotta start expanding. You know, obviously we're not worth as much to YouTube as we thought we were. So now that we built a fan base, I would love for the fan base um, you know, to help us out and to fund these projects. If you guys would like to see more creative things to watch, and yeah, I will never stop creating. But you know and on top of that, with how sensitive YouTube has become, there was like a maybe like 3 or 4 days we couldn't post because we got a community guideline strike. So that's why we want to move our content to Twitter and to Instagram, and we want people to follow us on there. So if you guys don't hear from us on YouTube, you guys can always either email us to figure out what's going on. Like, we will never like just stop posting altogether. Like, if there's ever that time, then something's not right. And if we ever like disappear unannounced, something's wrong. And I think so far from YouTube, I think in from February 2020, from when we started to current, I think I've maybe taken off a combined maybe a month from YouTube, where I just didn't post anything. I remember, at a time it was like 3 weeks, and then I might have taken like another week off, last year or something like that. So I don't know. It is what it is. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I greatly appreciate you guys, and I would love to continue to keep this ball rolling. And for the reasons specified earlier in this video, you guys know why we're going to be switching and moving over and expanding to other platforms. And we will let you know when we launch Patreon and what the official plan is going to be for Patreon. Yes, sir. Cash, be good, be safe. And, you guys continue to be good, be safe. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next video. And obviously, we will announce when the changes to the channel is going to come. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comment section. If you want to get in touch with us directly, you can always check out our website or email us directly. And yeah, I'll be sure to get back to you guys. So I love you guys. Be good, be safe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.